Welcome everyone to this Age of Empires 4 build order tutorial for the Ayyubids, and today we're going to do a super fast second town center expansion. In fact, I think this is probably the fastest you can achieve in Age of Empires 4 with any civilization, and what we will do is queue up villages in our town center as we always do in the start of any game, and then we're going to be getting the first 6 villagers to go to sheep. The scout will go out and about to find as many sheep as possible. The first villager to come out from the town center will go to build a mining camp and then go to gold. The second villager that comes out from the town center will go to build a house kind of halfway between the town center and the mining camp and then go to gold. Now it's important to make sure that house that you build is kind of still within the range of the town center, just in case your opponent decides to be a little bit aggressive. You don't want to leave that house prone to be attacked. The next villager, the third villager from the town center, will be going to build the House of Wisdom and then will be returning to food underneath the town center on the sheep. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel so far, and I'm going to be publishing loads of build orders. But for those of you who are channel members on YouTube or are Twitch subscribers, as usual with my build orders, I will have PDF versions of them for you, just as a little bit of a perk for you in case you want them on a second monitor or something like that. In any case, we are then going to get the next 4 villagers to go to food, and that will give us a total of 11 villagers on food and 2 villagers on gold. Now, the idea of this build order is to go up with the House of Wisdom's economic wing, and more in particular, the industry aspect of it, because that will give us 300 wood as soon as we age up. So you can imagine those resources are going to be coming in real handy to get that second town center. Now, a town center will cost you 400 wood and 350 stone. So you can imagine that's a big chunk of that cost. Right, now that villager built the House of Wisdom, went back to food, and now we just need another 3 to come out to the town center. Of course, we're going to be bringing sheep back home to the town center, which is important. And it's probably about this kind of time that we want to actually control group villagers from our town center. We're going to control group 7 of our villagers that are gathering food underneath the town center, and control group 2 of the gold villagers there on a different control group, because we're going to be moving these villagers around in a short while. Now, if you're not sure about what control group is, essentially you just highlight a group of villagers or group of units or a building, and you hold control and you press a number on your keyboard, and then the next time you press that number, it will highlight those villagers. If you double press that number, it will actually go to them on the screen. In any case, we're going to be aging up now with the industry aspect of the economic wing, and then we take those 7 villagers away from the food from underneath the town center to go to stone, building a mining camp, and those 2 villagers from gold went to straggler tree. That will leave us 4 villagers underneath the town center, which is exactly what we need, because to make sure the town center is running and you can maintain constant villager production, you need 4 villagers on food per town center. Now from here on in, the villagers from the town center will all go to wood, and yeah, now we're rocking and rolling. Now really kind of what you want to do in terms of knowing when to pull the villagers off of stone, well, you can look at your timer or your count at the bottom, but that's not the most accurate way to do it. So you can actually click on the stone mine and it will give you the amount of stone you have left in it, and what you'll need to find is when the stone counter goes down to 850 remaining, that's when you pull the villagers off and you take them to build your second town center. This is also the time that you need to find out where you want to place a town center. I would generally recommend going on the wood and berries as much as you possibly can, because we're going to be playing a extended feudal age with military units rather than going for a fast castle in this build, and therefore you want to make sure you have access to food. Now, the Ayyubids do get that bonus of the berry bushes getting more food and faster gathering, and so we want to kind of protect that as much as we can and, you know, make use of that bonus. Now, to fund this second town center, it did mean that we didn't go on the berries initially to start off the game, but it does mean you get that second town center super fast. So we're going to be aging up now, getting to the next stage almost at about sort of 4 minutes 5 seconds, 4 minutes 10 seconds, that kind of thing, and we'll be well on our way for our second town center. So as you can see, we're going to pull the villagers off of stone, and they're going to build that second town center where we want it, on the wood and the berries. And then this is where we're going to transition. So what we want to make sure is that we actually pull 4 villagers away from wood to go to food underneath the town center. That will give us 8 in total. And we keep rallying our villagers to go to the straggler tree and wood. What we will do then is look to get a production building. In this particular instance, we're going to go for a stable, and then we're going to start pumping out horsemen. Now, of course, there are other options. You can go for a barracks if you need some spearmen. You can go for an archer range if you're thinking about archers. Generally, though, I would recommend going for either a stable or a barracks, depending on what you're up against. If you're up against things like the French or the Jean d'Arc faction or the Rus, maybe you're thinking about some knights coming in, probably best to go for a barracks, but ideally you kind of want to scout what your opponent's doing anyway. So just find out what your opponent's doing and adjust. Now, what I will do is I'll post on the screen here an actual breakdown of the villager kind of breakdown that you want, depending on what army composition you would like. And that will give you a nice idea of how to balance your economy from this position. At the very least, you're going to need 8 villages on food. You're going to need more than that, depending on obviously what army you want. We're going to be building that mill just to make sure we get that little bonus for the berries. So do take a look on your screen. You'll have that breakdown for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this build order tutorial for the Ayyubids. I've got plenty of other build orders on the channel for various different factions, various different civilizations. So do check them out if you're interested. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care and see you next time.